Hello, my name is William James. I'm the host of The Bald Book Geek. All of the links that you need are in the doobly-doo. And this is Fahrenheit 451 by Bradbury. Enjoy the video. 60 years after its original publication, the internationally acclaimed novel Fahrenheit 451 stands as a classic of the literary world, set in a bleak dystopian future. Today its message has grown more and more in keeping with the times we live in, an age of censorship and control. Let's look at this book. Guy is a fireman. His job is to destroy the most illegal of contraband, the printed book, along with the houses in which these books are hidden. He never questions the destruction and ruin his actions produce, returning each day to his bland life and his wife, who spends all day with her television family. But when he meets an eccentric young neighbour who introduces him to the past, where people didn't live in fear, and to a present in which he sees the world through the ideas in books, instead of mindless chatter of television, he begins to question everything that he has ever known, questioning the world that he lives in, and questioning why. I first read this book many lifetimes ago, back in school. It was a school book, and many people have bad memories of this book. It's interesting, though, revisiting this book, is that we've hit a point where this is reflecting the world that we're living in now. An age of social media, of TikTok, of bite-sized chunks, ill-researched information, reactionary. When I see people screaming about banned book week on BookTube, but then they call for censorship of literary classics and modern books. We live in a partial age of this. The idiot box has become our source of the world. People take their news from Facebook, from Twitter, from Tumblr, from TikTok. Do we research and look for things ourselves? Is that not proverbial book burning? This book keeps things tense. It's written in a disjointed style, which I think adds to it. And it definitely shows. It keeps you on your toes as a reader. The more I've read it and gone back to this book, the more I feel like we're living in an age of censorship, and this is happening now. We live in an age where the good guys are calling for book burning and censorship, an erasure of the past, and almost sanitization of the past. Is that not what the firefighters do in this novel? This book is it's thought-provoking, it's dark, it's disturbing in places, and the use of dystopia in this book is interesting. At only 150 pages, although there is an edition with extras, I think there is an extra in my version, I think it's a little bit longer. You have a book that really we need to listen to now. We need to listen to this voice as a writer. We need to listen to these books. Put it next to The Handmaid's Tale. Put it next to 1984 by George Orwell, Brave New World, Animal Farm. Put it next to those books because that's where it sits. It's a very bleak future that definitely keeps you questioning what the hell is happening and how it's happening. Are we walking into this? The idea of destruction, of editing the past, is used as a trope in countless dystopias, from kids' dystopia all the way through to the YA into the adult and classic. Dystopia in this form is a control. Everyone thinks life is perfect. We're spoon-fed media, and for example, his wife's television family. We are spoon-fed information every day, but do we make up our own opinions? We cannot erase the past. Once you control media and control what we consume and how we consume it, it ends up becoming a way of controlling people. We've kind of walked into a similar situation where people call for erasure of the past, or things that are forgotten, or, well, this shouldn't be taught, and this book shouldn't be taught, and this book shouldn't be handled, or this movie is problematic. And I detest the word problematic. It's a get out clause. It's It's scary how close this world is to us. It's scary how much we live in this now. And it's almost surreal when reading it. You realise that we kind of reflect this, and maybe we need to go back to these books as a warning sign for what is happening now. In the digital age, are we any smarter? Are we any more open? Are we any more awake? No. If anything, we're the opposite. Fahrenheit 451 paints a terrifying picture of the future. And are we walking headfirst into it?